The Forgotten Sanctum. Part 4. The sanctum's walls seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting in rhythm with some unseen primordial heartbeat. The air thickened, carrying a metallic tang that set every tooth on edge. Candles flickered wildly, their flames casting grotesque silhouettes that slithered across the stone as if alive. The chamber was no longer simply observed. It was observing, its gaze pressing upon the ritualists with the weight of judgment. They stood drenched in sweat, spines rigid, aware they were not intruders but participants in a trial far beyond mortal comprehension. The woman stepped forward, her hands faintly glowing from the energy she had wielded moments before. She traced ancient sigils, every motion sharp and deliberate, invoking the counterforce that had subdued the shadow. Yet the sanctum was not satisfied. The floor beneath her shimmered, runes long dormant flaring to life, their pulses resonating with a frequency that tugged at the marrow of her soul. Her companions hesitated, fearful of the demand implicit in that glow. Still, she pressed on, driven by a compulsion that felt less like choice and more like destiny. Then the walls began to hum. Low, resonant, the vibration rattled their bones and made their hearts falter. The shadows convulsed, twisting into forms dredged from their deepest fears. The gaunt man staggered back as a faceless figure emerged, whispering truths he had buried, sins he had prayed forgotten. His breath hitched, yet the woman held firm, her voice ringing out in incantation. Energy rippled outward, weaving a luminous barrier that anchored them to the mortal realm. Shadows shrieked, striking against it like waves against a cliff, but the circle endured. And then, the whisper came, a voice vast and ancient, threading through their minds with words sharp as razors. Sacrifice is the key. The ritualists froze. The message was not metaphor. The sanctum demanded more than strength or intellect. It hungered for surrender, for something deeply personal, a piece of themselves carved away to pay its price. The woman's gaze hardened. She understood. Courage would not suffice. To step further, one must bleed soul into stone. With unshaking resolve, she extended her hand, merging her essence with the runes, the sigils, and the hungry dark itself. Light exploded. A cascade of spectral brilliance tore across the chamber. Shadows shrieked, writhing, then dissolved into nothingness, leaving only silence, an exhale after violence. The gaunt man trembled. The others gasped for air. The woman lowered her hand. They had crossed a threshold. Yet the night stretched on,